Generic greetings and welcome to Railed. Today's beverage is a nice relaxing cup of chamomile tea. So Railed is a casual train-based puzzle game where essentially we are tasked with building a railroad, and we'll do that by drawing random tiles and placing those tiles on a 6x6 grid. Once that grid is filled, we'll then be awarded an overall score and some money, and that is based on the amount of connections we have, the length of those connections, as well as any other bonuses we happen to go through or connect up to. It's a game I've played for just over an hour, so it's still a first impressions only, you understand. However, I got the basics down enough to show you the game. In terms of any understanding of nuance and subtlety, however, that is completely lost on me. Well, in general, however, that's certainly accurate for this game at this stage. With all that said and done then, let's go to play and I will show you a little bit of it. So what will happen is the game will be drawing now a random set of tiles and placing them on there, and those tiles are mountains. Mountains you cannot go through, so it's imperative that we understand where those are. So these are the mountains, this is our main play grid, and you notice that there are different colours here, and that matters because when we draw tiles, it will tell us what colour we can place them on. On the top left, it shows you the connections, so stations to stations, you can see we just have a single piece of track, so those are connected, and it shows you a star to indicate that those are connected. In terms of stations to mines, which understand that the mine's not yet placed, that is basically connected directly. So these have this sort of hammer and pick symbol to say they are connected, but they are not connected to each other. We have an overall goal which currently is set to 100 million, but we start with 50 million, so we're halfway there. However, we may be spending that money as we progress on. Speaking of money, we can gain bonus money by doing one of these active challenges. The more money, the difficult they are. So we're going to go with the cheapest one. Complete your full game without using any of your starting money. That's probably not something we'll do. Complete at least 3 railway stations between stations. We're going to do that one, and that means we have to connect up at least 3 of these stations, which I'm not going to say is going to be not difficult, because that's going to... Oh, I've said it now. Anyway, let's go for the gold mine, and we need to place the gold mine somewhere. Now, I generally say place it in the centre, or close to centre as you can. I don't know if that's a good choice or not. We then have to place these 4 stations. Now, they can go anywhere on the edge here where there isn't a mountain, and we can only place 1 on either side. So I think we'll place probably 1 on the light blue, 1 on the, say, light red, 1 on the dark red, and then 1 on the dark blue. And there we go. I don't know if that's a good idea. Let's place a bonus tile in the center. It means that if you go through that, you gain some money, and you can see now this is now counting down. In terms of the background and the cars and colors, it's sort of randomly generated as you come in. It's got this fairly muted palette, but it's got its own little charm. And we have to stop the train, so we're going to press the red button and the train will stop, and it will stop on a randomly coloured car, and then we'll draw a tile. That tile is then placed somewhere on this grid determined by the colour, so we can see it's on this sort of medium blue, and it goes along there and along there. So we can place this anywhere along that bit, so we can either place that or we can spend some money. If we didn't want that tile, if it was totally useless to us, we can spend some money. So say 10 million will give us a corner section, 10 million for a straight section, which obviously is pointless at this stage, or we can spend 30 million for a random tile that can go anywhere. We're going to use this, and I am going to place it there, because I think what I'm going to do is try to connect up that with that. Unlikely that I'll get that done, but at least it's sort of a bit non-committal and out the way where it is, and we'd probably end up using that for doing that anyway. So there's a corner piece, and that sort of goes in with what I was saying, where maybe connecting that up to that one. So there you go, we're going to place that in, and we'll get that. And pause there, and draw another piece. So this is an interesting piece. This is like a sort of crossover section. Now, where it's suggested, well, where the enforced placement is, it's pretty much useless to us as a crossing. There's no reason why, well, there's no real good place to put it, because it's always going to be on an edge, so we'll never be able to utilize it fully. So I'm going to instead place it in there, and actually no, you know, I won't. I'm going to place it in there, and it's just out of the way. It's basically like a dump tile. It's just over in that corner. Don't care about it. Okay, this is where it gets interesting, because we've now got this sort of split section. Now, where could we place that? Well, we could place it there, and that means that this would be connected to the mine, but it wouldn't be connected to that, which is what we were aiming for. Whether or not we'll be able to do that is really to be determined. If we do that, it means that we can not only connect up that, and we can also connect up that, which I think is what we'll do. So I'll end that one there. I mean, there's all manner of way to play it, I guess. You could focus on one station to station, go for a more longer-term approach and stuff. As I said at the start of the video, nuance and subtlety is lost on me at this stage, so I don't really know what the best option is. This is probably a decent option because it gives us options to go at the left and options to go up the top, so we'll place that there. We are trying as best as we can to get that connected up to that sooner rather than later. And obviously we also have to take into account the mine as well. So there's another section here. We might place it in the mine there, and it means that we can then connect up... This wouldn't... Oh, that is already connected to the mine. Whereas this one, if we come along, we can connect up to the mine and to this station. So that's not a bad placement, actually. We'll go with that one. I believe, but we'll see if this is right later on, that only the longest station counts. There we go. That's a straight piece. That can go there. That is all fine. Actually, we'll go for a tunnel section. It matters not. It's just it's just what it looks like. So we have got decent placement, but it's mainly in and around here. There's an interesting section. So this is like a curved section, which obviously you've got multiple sort of placements on it. This one we know is going to be connected to the mine via this route here, so we don't need to go in there. This one, however, I do want to probably go in the mine, but that means having to come along and down, but then we'd never connect that up to anything else, so that's not a great placement. We could place it there. No, we wouldn't be able to place it there, so there's no real decent placement for it, I don't think, at this stage anyway. This would be a better if we knew exactly where we're going. We're going to place it there, and we're just going to use it essentially as like the you know what, maybe there is a good idea. That can connect up to that. But we need to connect up, what was it, at least 3 to the railroad? Sorry, it was at least 3 to the mine, rather. Whereas that way we'd have to... Oh, we could go along and do that. That's a possibility, and it gives us a bit more options. Okay, and we've got the bonus tile there as well. So another light bluish, and there's another straight piece, which we'll place in there. And we're getting there now. We just need just a curved piece would be completely acceptable at this stage. Ah, here we go. There's a... Actually, that was the tile I was hoping for. So that one not only goes straight, it curves off, so we can then connect up those two. And hopefully maybe even that. Oh, well, we're connecting up that way anyway. Okay, end the turn. I say end the turn. Just pressing the button to stop it. And... Okay. I mean... Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. As I said, I don't know if it's a sensible decision or not. And, right. Placing that there will give us options. So we'll place it there. But obviously it's risky just placing a tile like that in an area that's fairly of an unknown status. Right, that can go in there. Because I'm trying to connect these up here. I really need to get that connected up, because at least we'll get some bonus straight away for connecting that up. Oh, and it is a direct connection from that point as well. So we connect the mine up when we get the money now. That matters, because if you've spent your money, then you might want that money straight away. We've got another section here, which I'm honestly just going to place in there. We just need a straight piece. And this is the problem child, really. Straight piece. Yes. No, maybe. No. The problem is I don't know whether I'm going to use this or whether I'm going to go that way. I think I'm going to curve it that way. I think that's fine. As long as we get the curve there and these joining up to that somehow. And that is a dump tile, because we can't place it there. And eventually there'll be a point where we have to place it there, and that'll completely mess us up. And that's not a terrible piece of track at all, because we can connect up like so, which means that one can curve into there as well. Alright. But you can see now it's getting more difficult, because the places we can put track are getting reduced. Right. That serves no purpose there. I need to connect up that and that. I need to connect up that and that. Yeah, that goes in there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's getting a bit more complicated now. Ooh, okay. This could make things a bit more interesting. Like that. And that connects up to that. And then that would connect up to that. There's the gold mine bonus. Excellent. And we're lucky, we've just drawn the right piece. And now get bonus for not only the railway connection, but also for the mine. Alright. We've now got this curved piece, which will go into there. And we'll gain another extra gold mine bonus. There we go. So we've actually got all 4 to the gold mine. So that's good. This piece will go in there. And we now have that connected to there. Massive bonus. There we go. We're on to nearly 200 million. Ah, and now we've drawn a special tile. This is like an ore cart. And it gives us money for... well, you basically get money for having this gold track. So where would I want to place this gold track? Well, that is not really what we want. Neither is that. We could go for a random tile, 5 mil. I'm going to play it safe and instead do that. Alright, and we gain 2 million for just having that. There you go. And that is not what we wanted, I don't think. No. No. Definitely not. All kinds of no. Right, dump pile. Okay. We're getting limited now. We might have to spend some money. That's another dump tile. We've already completed the goal anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm trying to get that connected there. Special tiles. So a straight piece to there would be fine. Yeah. Straight piece. And that connects those two up. Not that it matters because they've already got the longest one, but we have got our challenge, which is complete at least 3 railways between the stations. So that's why we wanted that one. Right, it's just now a matter of pretty much finishing it off. So are we going to draw that? Oh, cool, we're going to get a gold tile, because why not? And we'll go for the most expensive, because it matters not, random tile, which will go there, and that will be the game. And we'll see the back end of the train, and there we go. So, I've just gained a lot of achievements because, honestly, that is the best game I've ever had. And apparently, I'm 15th in this one here. So, 15th, not too bad. Level up to level 3 signaler. We've got 3 railways, which is 3 gold stars. We've got 4 gold mines, which is 4 gold mine symbols. We've got no bonuses, 1 track. Yeah, that sadly was not utilised, so we didn't go through it. Well. And there you go, 1 gold track, 2 silver tracks. There you are. And that is basically the game. That is how you play it. You will go through and complete different maps, and you'll have obviously like more money to buy things, and be able to get higher up on the scoreboard. And that is pretty much what Railed is like. It's quite a relaxing, interesting puzzle game. I'm starting to understand a little bit of the added, I guess, benefit of sitting back and just sitting there and waiting, just see what you can place. And, it's not always the best option to just quickly dump loads of those tiles. Sometimes it's not always the best option to place things very complicated at the start, because then you're having to work around that and you are really at the mercy of the luck of the draw. Either way, though, I'm quite enjoying it. I've got, like I say, just over about an hour and a half now by the time I'm sort of near the end of this video, so I'll be putting a little bit more time into it. If you like what you see, then links are in the description as always, so you can check it out yourself. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.